guys. Talking some Pistons again. This one's fun. 107-96 win for Detroit. Cade finishing with 32, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Duran with 16, 14. Jalen Green had 19. The Cade Cunningham show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're paying attention. It's happening. Second half was a lot of him. We talked so much about the LaMelos and Tyrese Maxey, but he, Chandler, is introducing himself to a whole new audience. Should we start talking about him like one of the best guards going? I think we should. And it's what have you done for me lately? And a lot of these other guards, whether it's injury or struggling this year, it's not for Cade Cunningham. He's becoming an actual star right before our eyes. He can do it all. First of all, he's 6'8", 6'9". He's so big. He can post up smaller guards. He can still beat bigs off the dribble. He's worked on his shot extremely a lot this offseason because he's way more efficient. So there's nothing on the basketball court he can't do. And you know what's interesting about him? From everything JB says and everything I heard about him, he's the most humble, hardworking, easygoing star. That doesn't happen often. Usually there's some stuff that comes with being a franchise player and being a star. Not with Cade Cunningham. And he's so young, and he's transitioning this to wins. He's winning basketball games for the Detroit Pistons, who no one expected that to happen. And yes, they added some vets. They've added a new coach. They've added a different system, but they're winning games because of this guy. And a lot of these other talented guards aren't doing that. So you have to credit him because he's doing both. He's putting up stats and he's getting wins.
And I want to circle the block with what you just said. This is the LaMelo Ball thing, right? Like, we know that it's there. We know that you're an all-star player. Now, how does this transition into winning? How do you push a franchise forward? Cade Cunningham has been able to do that. Like, we don't know if the Detroit Pistons will get in the playoffs or not, but they're right there at the doorstep. They're competing at a high level. So you give them the grace. You give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, look, we can see this thing moving forward. We can see those pieces being built. That's what separates him from the rest of these young guards.
Yeah, and their team, Pistons, aren't that much better on paper than the Hornets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the record is
But they're winning
night
games.
and day.
And that, I think, speaks volumes of Cade Cunningham. Anybody can put up good stats on a bad team.
I wonder, too,
He's doing both.
Having a year like they had last year, that's humbling as well, just to be historically on a bad team.
Yeah, the ceiling was low.
It's like such a nice turnaround. There are some moments that we got to show you. This one right here. Obviously, he's being double-teamed, all the goodness that comes with being great. But here's a nice one. And by the way, he finished
What did he say to him?
He said, all you MFs.
Family show.
Exactly, a family show, and so I cleaned it up. That is, he's like a great leader for this team. I love this story.
It's unbelievable. He comes, he does his work, he's all about business, and besides saying that he could start for the Dallas Cowboys at quarterback.
That was brilliant.
I agree with everything this dude does. By the way, he defends. You see a guy pick up guys full court.
We're going to pretend like he never said it.
No, it's one of my favorite things to happen all year.
He said it. He said it. Loud and clear.
Year, but no, it's good. But most people are learning of Cade Cunningham this week because of that quote. And now perhaps they're like, oh, wait, hold on.
It's just crazy because he was the number one pick. He was Rookie of the Year.
All press is good press. New fans on the way, Cade. It's cool. It's a little outlandish, but new fans are on the way.
It's a little bit crazy.
But if this season was last season, I think we'd be talking about putting him on the USA team. And, like, he'd have a shot. He wasn't even in conversations last year about it. And, like, he had a little injuries last year, but, like, this dude, from last year to now, even the progress he's shown as the number one pick, as the Rookie of the Year, I think he's an all-star lock this year. I think we would literally start putting him in that all-NBA talk if the Pistons keep winning games.
And with the Lions blowing it, they have to carry the entire...
Right, now they're the main attraction.
Too soon. Rockets obviously get the loss, but Jalen Green, there's been a lot of talk, and rightfully so, about his ascension so far. Here's a good tweet.